all three of you probably voted for the orange clown.
All right, let me go first.
Clown emoji.
Andrew 13 Reagan. I didn't. I have a felony, so no. Right? And if I were able to vote, I'm not going to vote for the party who would allow men to play with girls. So, I guess, but no, my guy, I didn't.
But you would have.
I would have voted for Trump, yeah, because he won't let boys play with girls, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I messed up my voter registration. I was in the state of Texas during the election, so I didn't vote either.
Yeah.
But had I would have, kind of the same sentiment. I'm not voting for some people that are going to let
You did say
adults
probably,
kids.
so
He said probably, yeah,
Probably.
and you're probably
You had-
wrong.
you had-
You're definitely wrong.
yeah, just that I definitely voted for Trump. The comment is in reply to the Epstein stuff we were jamming on about how Trump isn't releasing the Epstein stuff. He said he would, and then he's gaslighting everybody for saying they want the Epstein files and logs to be released. And my point is, Biden had him for 4 years. He didn't do shit with releasing him. Kamala wasn't going to release him. Trump didn't release him. Huge disappointment as a Trump supporter. Huge disappointment. I'm super frustrated about it. However, it was a binary choice. And they, in my opinion, and I mean this with all due respect, they picked somebody with a lower IQ than Biden with dementia to run as their candidate. And Trump was clearly the better option. It was a binary choice.
Mm-hmm.
He had two choices.
Yeah.
No one was releasing the Epstein list, apparently, either way. So, yeah, no regrets for voting for Trump. Man has been kicking ass, from my perspective, he's been killing it, man, on every front, except for this one. This is the one where I'm just like, dude.
And we're not
Big
even quite a
letdown.
year in. My theory is that maybe he'll release it on the way out.
Some
Some
people
now
are
he's
saying
using it to work his deals, get them to pass the big, beautiful bill, and then boom, on his way out, he'll be
Just
like
throw everybody under the
84.
Everybody goes
If
under
they,
the bus.
you know,
He just
They'll
and Trump.
release it.
It would fit the character, man. Trump has no problem burning shit down, but he is a deal maker. I mean, that's how he operates. So I think he's using the Epstein list to make deals. Use leverage, as already mentioned. I don't want to go too deep into this because we already talked about it. I think he's using it for leverage. But I do want to say this: I have on good authority some insider information on this particular subject that Trump was on the list. Trump spent a lot of time with Epstein, but he didn't do anything. This is what I've been told. So take it for whatever it's worth.
who's your
Take it for
source?
whatever it's worth. I'm not saying
Who's your
this is my
source?
opinion. I can't say my source, but that Trump didn't do anything, so he's not worried about the Epstein list being released. But whatever's going on behind the scenes, whether he's using it for leverage or whether the forces that be are saying, hey, if you do this, release this, all these people that are in power, we're going to fudge the records, the book, to make sure it shows that you did shit too. That could be a possibility. So he's being leveraged in some way with some blackmail. They're all getting blackmailed up there, man.
All right, I get if Trump is like, if he kicked Epstein out, and he had some negative things to say about him. But don't you think that if he knew what was going on, he should have went a whole lot further than throwing the guy out of hotels? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't come stay here if you know that you're fucking with a pedophile.
Yeah. Wouldn't you think to call that out?
Like,
Say
really,
that out
really
publicly?
call that out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're
Like,
really that stand-up guy.
And you are a very rich and powerful man.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're just a little guy and you have to worry
Your
about.
voice would carry some weight.
You are the guy. And so, I mean,
Do you think he just didn't want to get involved with the bullshit?
bro,
and he's
like-
just like, you know what?
so
You're
if
just
you-
done. I'm just cutting you off. Because that's what I'll do to a lot of people in my life. When they're bringing in negativity, I don't deal with any pedophiles, but like,
Exactly.
I'll just cut them off.
What do you do if you know that if
gotta
you're in the
say
vicinity and somebody that you are friends with is a pedophile?
Well, let me
You
ask
gotta
you,
say
let me ask
something.
you this.
You have to step in.
Let me say this, though, because this is how murky this water gets.
Yeah.
Let's say you know your friend, this dude you've been hanging out with is a pedophile, right? But you also know the entire police department is in bed with this guy, and they're all into being pedos as well. What do?
Go somewhere else and go
Where?
go elsewhere. Go to another jurisdiction.
There's none.
But you just said the police force. So
Well, I'm using our example,
You mean
the
like
local.
The FBI then?
I'm saying the FBI.
Yeah.
I'm saying everybody in power. I'm saying all the forces that be are in bed with this
But
guy.
that's not all of them though. That's just like
That is true. That's
not
for a
all of them.
fact, 'cause there's no
too many-
way.
Yeah, there's no way everybody is.
No, I'm
And
not saying every
But
single
then
one of them,
how
but
do
I'm
you
saying key
navigate to
players.
find
But
out the
I
one that isn't?
I think that
When you have all these other people that could trip you up along the way to get that information, you're
because
probably
you're Donald
talking to
Trump.
people that are in bed.
because
with
you're
it.
Donald Trump.
Well,
And we're talking about Trump pre-president.
connected
right?
as he is, there's probably a bunch of these people that would protect that information and lie to Trump. Or
I would
something
agree,
like that.
but you're Donald Trump. And then how about the fact that you just say something?
Yeah.
All right, how about this? Like this is what the fuck this guy is.
Yeah.
Right? I think, and once again, this is pre-president. This is before he was president.
Yeah,
So,
a while before.
Well before.
Exactly.
Years and years before.
10
his
Yeah,
presidency.
right. So I'm wondering, and once again, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know. So I'm not putting anything on him. So my thing is, like, you as a man, if you know that somebody is a pervert and a pedophile.
Let me ask you this question then. Let me pose it a little bit different. If you feel like you expose this pedophile, there's a high probability you're going to get killed. Do you say something? Because I think when you get this deep in this den of snakes, you got to be prepared for that. If you're going to start talking about
If I have
this power, these people that are this powerful and have this much control over the world,
Sure.
Yeah.
and you're going to start speaking against them, you have to know you have a big ass target, and they're probably going to kill you.
No, I understand the dilemma that he would be in, which is why I'm asking you guys directly, what would you do? Because it is like, I mean, if there's a high probability that you're going to die, and your family could die. You know what I mean? You're
Worse
talking
things
about,
could happen to you.
Right.
Kids
there's-
could get killed.
Exactly.
right?
You're
Threats
talking about the
like
big
that.
Yeah.
ones. For
Talking
sure.
about like cartel shit, dude.
For sure. But
If I was Donald Trump, I'd wait 20 years, become elected, tell him, wait until the end of my second term. Last month, I'm turning 84, and then I release it, and I can go out. I can go out on top.
blaze
A
of glory at
legend.
that point.
If they kill Trump at
I
that
like that.
point, he's cemented as a legend.
His
You know what
face
I
is
mean?
going on Mount Rushmore, bro.
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that.
So that's exactly what I would
sure.
do. I think that's his plan. I think he's been brewing this for 20 years, ever since he kicked Epstein out of his hotel. He's just been waiting for his fucking moment where he can go out. Gunshot to the dick.
Hey, the reality is that place, Washington, is just fucking evil. All of it, and everybody who's in positions of power, for the most part, are probably compromised.
Yeah,
what I
or
would
at
say.
least enough positions of power to keep the agenda quiet or keep the agenda moving forward, right?
Yeah,
Because it
yeah.
clearly can't be all of them.
Right.
There's no way there's that many perverts out there.
Huh?
Can't be all of them.
No, I can't. No, it's not all of them. I don't
That's what I'm
think
saying.
everybody.
There can't be that many where every person
So-
in power in the government is a pedophile.
No. I don't think they're all. I don't think they're all
chances
perverts.
are.
I think it goes to what Adam was saying, where a lot of people, when you're that deep in the weeds, I think that you're in fear of your life. Though you understand the consequences,
Yeah.
and it's bigger than you at that point. You know what I mean? Like, what decision would you make if you knew such and such that we're in this? Like, if somebody that we knew was that powerful of a person, but then I'll kill you. They're gonna kill your kids.
Yeah.
Right? If you go snitch, like, what do you do? Like, that it's a major dilemma. So,
And if it's going to hurt my kids, I wouldn't do shit.
right.
I'm not God. God let his son come down here and die. I'm not that.
Right.
My kids, I do
But
everything
then,
to protect them.
but what about then? How do you deal with?
It's a fucked up situation.
Yeah, how do you deal with, like, if you know this guy is literally trafficking kids? If you know, once again, we don't know, so I'm not pushing that on anybody.
But like you witnessed it.
You know kids are being abused on a regular basis. And how do you navigate that emotionally in your conscience? And it's like, yeah, you look at your kids every night. It's like, my kids are cool, but I'm looking at thousands of kids who aren't.
Yeah, I know.
Kids are coming up missing, and you know where they're going.
Well, we're witnessing that as a society. I mean, we all know what's happening, so we're all in the same boat
It's a
because we
tough
all know
decision.
kids are getting trafficked. The U.S. is the highest consumer and perpetuator of human trafficking.
Yeah.
It's all around us, and
If I knew
we
an-
say stuff, we get upset, but we don't do shit about
But
it.
if you know the individual doing it, you don't personally know who is.
And I'm
doing
in a
what,
position of power, then you just make some arrangements, man.
figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, you take care of it, and it,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's what I think. I think anybody who's fucking with kids should die.
I agree.
100%. I don't,
I agree.
You know, whatever happened to them when they were a kid, why they're doing that, I have no idea. It's not even my place to pass judgment. But on an intellectual level, it's a cancer, and if you don't cut it out of society, you're letting the cancer spread. So you have to cut it out. You got to remove it. It's that whole
Mic drop.
That
Mic drop on that, no pushback.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington, Man on Fire. Ever see that movie?
Of course.
Of course, man. He's taking out those.